This was I was going to do a finial, and then I tried a few last night, and I realised that I really need to get my eyes tested in new glasses before I do anything fine. So gave up on that. So today I'm going to be making a poison chalice. I'm going to use a piece of yew to make a chalice out of. However, it's only going to be the stem. So I'll put a warning label on there saying, please don't lick the stem, and it'll be fine. Got a support team in today. We have Brian, Terry, and Joe.
Hello, everybody.
Here to look after you all and keep an eye on the chat for me.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Tell me when my elbow's in the way of the camera, etc. So I've already rounded this down, and I am using something I haven't used ever before. Well, I did last night for the first time.
Sounds good.
It's the Axminster Eccentric Chuck.
Oh, nice.
It was given to me as a birthday present, and it's just sat in the drawer. I haven't bothered to use it. But we're going to use that and see what we can do with it.
Well done, you.
So I put the guys in the background, put this on the lathe, and somebody can tell me who's in.
Josephine.
That'll be me then.
That'll be you then.
Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Yeah, I'm doing it. So we have Dr. Bob. We have I Wanna Make Stuff Aston, Chris Dodds, Ward Wilson, David J. Heath, Terry Bartlett, Todd at Glencove Woodworks, Malcolm Douglas, Michelle Ousby, Amy DeAngelis, Benjamin's in. Oh, so.
Actually, Joe, can I interrupt you a moment?
You can.
Sorry.
Okay.
This is actually fitted on with screws. There's 3 screws into end grain, which is not the best. So they're quite long. So this section here will need to be waste wood because the screws are going right the way into that. And I've marked it by cutting it down to a size. The other thing is to make it eccentric, you've got to get to these Allen screws here. So I've cut it down to that size. And I've marked there to show me that's the adjustable one. So yeah, I'll get on with that and carry on, Joe. Thank you.
Okay, no probs. We've got Jennifer Craft and Creations in. Hi, Jennifer. We've got Shane Hurst. We've got Rex B. Paul Oyton, the Greasy Turner. We've got the Gentleman Wood Turner. Afternoon, Mark.
Mark.
Oh, hello, Mark.
And that's the end of the list so far. Lots of chat going on. I hope I haven't missed anyone out.
Michelle Ousby, do we say that?
I did.
Yep.
So if I've missed anybody out, I do
31 people
apologise.
watching.
Ward Wilson's in.
Let me know.
Ward. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome aboard. Enjoy the show.
Indeed.
How long is that?
Wooden stems on glassware. It's not new. Wayne's done it. Mark's done it. Probably 100 other people have done it as well.
How long is our piece of yew?
But it does give you the opportunity to make something that you can actually use. Adjust my tool rest a minute.
What's the length of it, Pete?
The length of it, ignoring the screw bit,
yeah,
it's 150 mil.
All right, 6 inches.
This is a gin glass I'm working on,
Oh,
and I've
lovely.
got to make this work because I've cut the stem off of one of Lisa's gin glasses. It's actually a pint gin glass.
Pint.
Pint.
So,
Going
Don't
for
tell
it.
Reef. Don't tell
so,
Reef
the,
that.
so the stem's going to be
And
obviously quite chunky to support a pint of liquid, or the base
Wow.
rather.
so Sophie says, "Hi, Grandad, you're the best."
Hi, Sophie.
Hello, Sophie.
Jewish
Oh.
sheds in as well.
Sophie's
Hi, Sophie.
Does Sophie do any turning, Grandad?
Sophie, don't turn any Lisa. I'll cut her glass in half.
Benjamin says, Pete is a granddad. He
Yeah.
doesn't look old enough. I thought Pete was in his 30s.
Should have gone to Specsavers, Ben.
The tool I'm using here is the Ashley Isles round bar. It's supposed to be skew, but I straightened the end on it.
Okay. Wivey Woodsheds joined us. Good afternoon, Andrew.
Makes nice beads, I should think, Pete.
does lovely beating tool. I have the same. Well, I have one, but it's made by Crown. Same thing.
Did you straighten the end of the oars, or did you leave it skewed?
It's straight. It was the. I got the idea from.
And I find it gives a nice finish.
Les Long.
Change the camera again. Gives a nice finish here.
Oh yeah.
So
better than a parting tool, but it's quite a handy little tool. I do use it as a skew as well. It's very good for rolling beads with, but
Are we ever going to have a really off-center stem?
Yeah.
Or just slightly?
I've got this was a birthday present a few years back, just a tool rest. And I've not used it before, but I used it last night for the first time. Having seen one in the carpentry store when I was out with Brian and the guys, reminded me I had one, and I thought, well, I should play with that.
Yeah.
So I played with it last night.
Especially not to upset the person that bought it for you and never use it, you know.
Well,
gentlemen, go on. Ooh, somebody's ringing.
Excuse me, guys. I'll just have to answer this phone call.
now I have been messaged this morning to tell me that they're going to do some work on my internet today, so we might get dropped out. And if that happens, Terry has promised he will show us the secret hobbit dance.
I'm going. Well, yeah. I'm got internet in the garden. There's not enough room here.
Unfortunately, Brian was first in, so Brian's picture will be on screen while Terry's doing the dance. You won't be able to see it, but you have to imagine it.
Oh, heck.
Mark and General Returner says, thanks for covering today, Pete. Must be costing a fortune in carrier pigeon food.
Oh, yeah.
Rex B says, did you modify this or did the store do it? Is there a video of doing that?
Modify the
glass.
skew?
Yeah. Modify the skew, everything.
Which, the skew or the glass?
It's probably going to be the skew.
The skew I modified myself. I just ground it straight. The glass I cut off with a Dremel this morning.
Aston wants to know how the new internet hub is working, Brian. I don't think he's got it yet, Aston.
No, I
Not
don't think
arrived.
he mentioned that he's not got it yet.
That's why his internet's not brilliant at the moment.
William Rose Creates has joined us, and Rexby is saying skew in answer to the modification.
Yeah, the skew. I just put it on the grinder and
Strained it out.
change the shape. I've got to be a little bit careful because although it's change camera again. By avoiding this hole out here to go around the glass, I've got a 12mm hole going down behind that for the stem to go into.
A bit careful.
So I'm sort of shaping towards it without cutting through it, hopefully.
Okay, that's a really clear picture, Pete. There.
Yes.
Good.
Wonderful picture.
I could have done that hole for mounting on live, but I wanted to play with the idea first because I haven't done this before.
Okay.
And it's quite boring to watch people drill holes.
Watch it drill.
All I did,
Yeah, that's it.
all I did was use an 18mm Forstner bit at the top. Took that in a few mil. Then I used the 12mm Forstner bit for the stem to fit into, which goes in that far.
Hands in the way,
You
but
can't see that.
Yeah, no, we can't.
Hang on. Right. So if I put a pencil in there, it goes in that far. So
there's more than enough of the glue in the stem, isn't it?
Enough of the glue to hold the stem in. It comes up around the glass a bit. And then we'll start shaping from there once we've got that bit set. But
do you make goblets
I do
often?
want to take this bit
Pete?
in. Sorry?
Do you make goblets like this often?
No. I've made one before.
Okay.
I made one of Wayne's design with the Joe Sonia painted stem.
Oh yes.
Todd at Glencoe would like to know what adhesive you'd be using to glue it in.
I'll be using 2-part epoxy for this, so I won't be doing that on camera.
Right.
But yeah, I'll be using 2-part epoxy, and that'll be fine. It won't move.
By all accounts, it looks like Terry Bartlett may well be doing live soon. He says, "Don't tell Brian, but we just had a super fast broadband laid in the street, in the road."
Doug Miller's
Morning,
in
Doug
the chat.
Miller. Morning, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
And John McDonald.
Oh,
Hi, John.
morning, John.
Doug.
Perfect marking
Right, so
gauge
what
for
I'm
the
doing
spanner.
there is I'm using a 10mm spanner, and I've touched the bottom edge of it on a grinder,
Right.
just to sharpen it, and that gives me a 10mm shaft there. And the reason I'm doing that is that there'll be 10mm shafts at a couple of points down this, and if I use that, they'll all be the same. And even though they're not together, it kind of gives it balance when they are.
Right.
Super. Douglas Mungham's in. Hello, Douglas.
Hi, Douglas.
Hello, Rob. Copper Owl. Rob's in as well.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello, Rob.
For those who have just joined, Pete's making a goblet stem out of yew. It's going to be a gin glass stem, actually. William is making a maple coffee table. So he won't be stopping too long because he's just eating his cheese and ham toasty before going back to make it.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Maple coffee table. Now I made a table for my lounge out of cherry. It was American cherry, so obviously it was sold as a 10-foot length in Imperial. But the funny thing was, it was 195 white, 195 mil white,
Male
and-
white.
220 deep. So it's a nice big chunk. No, not 220 deep. What am I about? 52 deep.
Right.
Big chunk. But I decided I was going to make the entire table out of just that one plank.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
So
You saw it, did you?
I had to saw it all up, change the shapes. But before I did that, I had to get an exact fitting of it. So I did it all in SketchUp. I don't know if anybody's used that.
No.
But it allows you to cut up a virtual plank.
I'll give you the sizes for resewing, does it? Then.
Yeah, gives you all the sizes, and then you can sort of see what's left and what bit to offcut and what bit to cut out.
All right.
It gets you the best of the timber and just leaves a little bit of waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to redesign it a few times to make sure I could get it out of the one piece of timber. But
I'm back. What did I miss?
Brian
Oh,
Eltero
that's-
de Madeira has just joined us. Hello, Brian.
hello, Brian.
Brian.
Why?
Hi, Brian. Terry got
Brian
in
with the
before
Y.
me then. There's a question for you, Terry, from John McDonald. How's your back doing?
Oh, they cancelled the operation, John. So God knows it's only 8 years ago, you know. But my hip's gone as well, so I'm a bit of a mess. But we won't go into that. I'm here.
Won't dwell on
So
it.
kind of-
You're hobbling.
Yeah, Martin.
Occasionally
I
when I
said they
can't
didn't
help.
have anybody who's an expert in hobbit surgery.
Hobbit
So-
surgery, yes.
You have to wait till they get a proper surgeon in.
I'm still working on it, though. Still working on it.
Quite right, Terry.
Oh, a little tip for you. Back of my sandpaper,
It's a good idea.
sometimes you
Ah,
lose
right.
these numbers on there. So I always mark it. So starting on 120, so that's 2, 183, 244, 405. So I can always tell which one I'm picking up. It's-
Sensible.
yeah, again, it's my
I
age. and my
laser,
eyes,
I
you get
laser
wrong.
cut. Yeah. I laser cut my little discs, and when I laser cut them, I write the number on the back.
Yeah,
So that's how I know.
I mean, you can actually put the grit on there, but that takes 3 numbers rather than
Yeah, that's right.
One.
I know.
3 strokes.
I know it does. Don't be so lazy. Don't be so lazy.
Todd's got a good idea. They could do a replacement hip from a small child. Me. Good one, Todd.
Is it me or
Oh, dear.
are children getting taller nowadays? It might
Yes,
just do for you.
Children are getting taller.
Oh, Joe, you're shrinking.
it's the growth hormones they're
Yeah.
using cows, I reckon.
Don't forget in Victorian times and before, all people used to be smaller than me.
Well, that's saying something.
Mm.
Nah, don't believe that. That's just a myth. Nobody was smaller than Terry.
Yeah.
You must have been at the front of the queue to get
At
the
the queue in the end of the height of rain.
Yeah. So what are you doing now?
Just using my burning wire to oh, you can't see that.
Just.
No, you still can't see it. Just put a little burn line there just for
Just-
decoration.
Is that instead of using the Formica stuff?
Yes. I don't have any of the Formica stuff, but if I'm doing a vertical burn, then I use isolate sticks. But I like the wire. I've been using the wire for a long time,
It looks efficient.
and it works. That's how it was going to sit in there. So that looks okay.
Well, Benjamin's been going back to the sandpaper. He says, I wish they would code the paper. I know there is a slight difference in the shade of red, but different colours would be much better. Yeah, actually, that's quite a good idea, that.
Yeah.
Some companies do that. I don't know if it's a good
You're
thing or a bad
colourblind.
thing.
If you're colourblind, they all look the
It
same.
might
don't
be
they?
a good. Yeah, it might be a good thing if manufacturers could agree on the color coding system.
Yeah, it'd have to be a standard so that you would know when you got.
Yep.
Although I always use one brand only of abrasive.
So do I.
I don't know if that's.
I
It's
do
probably
now too.
commercial because I just buy one brand when I want to buy it. But mixing them up doesn't make sense to me, so I don't do that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to cut a lot
Jim
of this away, but before I do, I'm just going to clean it up.
Jim Matthews just joined us. Hello, Jim.
Hi,
Dr.
Jim.
Bob
Jim.
says.
Hi, Jack.
Dr. Bob says pre-COVID, his best profit was bride and groom wedding glasses with captive rings. That business is not returned yet. Urns are still popular though.
Oh, heck.
Blimey, Bob, urns will always be popular. It's not a dying trade.
Yeah. No, that's not a dying trade. You're right.
Terry
Just
Bartlett
Dr.
says,
Bob.
Terry is small in stature, but big in heart.
Oh,
Yes.
well done, Terry. True, mate.
But
What's
the
he
trouble
looking
with
for?
urns is you can make at least 2 wedding goblets per couple, and usually these
One
days you get
urn.
to make a couple of extras as well. But urns you only ever need once.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
No,
There's
like the way
truth
you
in
say,
what
at
you say,
least
Pete.
2 goblets per wedding couple, but that wedding couple could have 20 goblets, depending on how many times they get married, couldn't they?
It certainly could. However, of course, putting captive rings on is just silly, as you know.
Yeah.
And illegal now, I think. I'm led to
And
believe.
illegal,
Well,
yes.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to wax all of this, but I am going to wax this bit because it's running smooth and straight. And I'll wax the base of it. We'll see what we can do in the middle of it. So we might have to oil that. But that's okay, because I could use the citrus burnishing oil, couldn't I?
Oh, you could. Make
you
your
could
workshop
do
smell
that.
nice.
Just wonder what's going on when I'm
I
just
could-
stood here off camera sniffing the can.
Yeah, that's right.
I could do it too, because I actually bought some. Yeah.
I know. And you didn't
That
need
was
it.
my,
You just
that
bought
was,
it to
that,
sniff, same as me.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I don't need it at all. I bought it
Chris
just to
Dodd
have
says,
a good sniff at it.
Chris Dodd says urns and beer glasses are still needed.
Well, he didn't say beer goggles, eh?
And Aston reckons I'll fit perfectly in Loch Lomond, or Luss as he calls it. I don't know what that means.
That's quite
Nice bit of timber.
quite a chunky bit of timber there, but
Nice.
it's going to be the
It's got over a pint of gin.
it's going to be the key
Yeah.
point between a pint of gin and the stem. So I think I'm probably going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
I should probably regret it and wish I'd gone thinner, but what the hell? Let's go with that.
And
looks good.
DH is for turning.
It's a
He's
big
in.
glass one, isn't it? It's a big long, it's a
Afternoon,
wide
Andy.
glass.
It's a big white
No, Andy.
glass, yeah.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm going to wax this bit. So,
Good
let
afternoon,
Simon
Andy.
here.
Along with it.
Who's that, Andy H?
It is.
Yep, Andy's in, yep.
Andy,
Yorkshire
I
gets
heard a
in.
rumour you might be back soon.
That would be nice.
The
Is
Yorkshire
there any
Gig
truth
team.
in this rumour, Andy?
Hello, Clint.
Did someone say gin? He says.
Yeah. Well, we're waking up.
And I did hear earlier that Keith is not very good at the minute, and he's going through treatment.
Oh no.
And I wish him all the best, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all the best from all of us, I think.
Yeah. Send him
Yeah.
our regards, Andy.
Absolutely.
all the very best. I hope he gets through okay.
Now, I did use Yorkshire Grit twice on Monday, but I'm not going to use it today. So if Glenn wants to sack me, that's fine.
Oh,
I
that's
don't work
fine.
for him anyway.
Sacked.
Yeah. Don't work for him anyway. I know.
He'll be sacked.
Oh, sparks are
Guaranteed.
flying off his iPad.
He's typing now, is he? P16 a post.
In a minute.
And he's open to do it live next Tuesday, lunchtime. Brilliant. Well done, Andy.
Excellent.
Oh,
Right.
good man, Andy.
Something for all to look forward to.
Yeah.
And because it's only a tiny little bit, I'm just going to give that a second or two to dry out a little bit. If I was putting that wax on a whole bowl, then by the time I finished putting it on, it would be ready to polish off.
Yeah.
Dr. Bob says a hint. You slightly round inwards the stem adapter so that it blends with the connection to the glass, I take it he means.
Yeah, I might actually just take that in a bit thinner.
Mm.
I'll have a look in a sec.
This is a nice piece of wood.
It is.
I have to say.
Reduced Mobility Inclusive Bushcraft has just joined us. Good afternoon. Kev from Lugan in March.
Where's my glass?
Good
Now, the
afternoon.
glass does actually drop down in there. But I will.
Andy saying Keith starts high chemo very soon.
I think it should be his, shouldn't it?
His chemo, yeah.
Mhm.
There's chemo.
Oh well.
Well,
wish
wish him
him
all
luck.
the best. I've been through it twice.
Mm.
It can be a bit of a rough journey, but
Yeah.
it ain't as bad as it used to be.
No, I was blessed by a one that was a bit kinder.
The advantage of doing that now is obviously if I've got any standing sealer or wax in there, it's now
Cleared
gone.
it. Yeah.
So I'll get a better glue joint on that. And yep, that's nice. So now we get to the fun bit. Turn the extractor off there.
Eccentricity.
So you just loosen that screw at the bottom. And this one you've got to take out. There is also on this adjustment on the center as well. I'm not going to be using that today. So you can actually sort of set it so it's eccentric in two different directions if you want.
Is that an Axminster one or another make?
Yeah, this is the Axminster one.
Right.
Would it be better showing it in the overhead camera?
I'll show you the top of my hands because I'm blocking the camera, aren't I?
Wow.
Sorry
Little
about
bit,
that.
little
I don't
bit.
think it matters which way you
When you turn
do
it,
it.
we'll see it.
But you should be able to just see there.
Oh yeah.
It's now
Is that
off
one
center.
screw? Is it?
So that's the top screw that's got the multiple hole settings that you can put it into.
Mm-hmm. Gone to number 1, have you, or
And this is the pivot screw, which is no. I've gone to number 2.
number 2? Right.
Ooh.
Michael
Just so we can
McEwen's
gauge how off center it goes on each one. You know.
Yeah,
is in the
yeah.
chat.
I did play with this last night, and I figured number 2 was about right.
Good afternoon, Michael.
So turn the speed
Good
down.
afternoon, Michael. Welcome aboard.
Hello, Michael.
It's that far
Oh,
off.
there we go. Look at that. Lovely job.
Ooh, it's wobbly.
Now, obviously, because it's off, just be a bit more careful with your tool rest. So always check it, make sure it spins before you power the lathe up with the tool rest in there.
William Rose is asking, how fast does your internet have to be to do a live?
Faster than mine.
Brian does it on about 4, but
Well,
I would say that you must have above 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Upload.
preferably 6.
that's upload speed, guys, not download.
Yeah,
upload
upload,
speed.
not download. So a 3 upload. You're better off
Just-
with 5 or 6. And if you've got other people on it at the same time, then it can get pixelated even then. I'm using my carrier pigeons are set to 40. So
Well,
so I have an upload speed of 40 megabits per second, which
so
Wow.
Pete could run the whole street, basically.
yeah.
I can only dream of that.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm just doing a speed test now.
my wife works on the internet, and she does an awful lot of graphics and stuff because she's a graphic designer. So whilst I'm doing this, she'll be working, and this gets interesting now.
Nick Castle is in the chat. Good afternoon, Nick.
So I got
Douglas.
a text message from BT this morning to tell me that they had fixed my internet, and I've just done a speed test in the shed. And it's 4.2 megabytes down and 1.2 up. So much for that being fixed.
Douglas Mungham's asking, how do you check the speed? If you go onto Google, put internet speed check, lots of different ones will come up, and just click one of them and it'll do a speed check.
If you just do fast.com. FAST, fast.com. And that'll give you can check your download and upload speed on that.
Aston's got a nice speed, 144 down, 30 up.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Mine's 136 down and 20 up at the moment.
Yeah, all my pigeons get super
more.
grain, so they run at 300 down and 40 up. Right, I'm putting a bit of masking tape on my tool rest here. I'm going to get myself a pen from that drawer there. I'm going to draw myself a line.
Yes, 5's fast enough, Aston. William.
5 upload speeds, plenty. It works fine.
Yeah.
But 1.2 doesn't.
1.2.
You know things are bad when it starts to count up and it starts in kilobytes instead of megabytes.
Camera on. That's good.
Silver red, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Jennifer says she got 149 down and 220 up.
Who are you with,
Steady
Jennifer?
here, Jen.
It sure is 220 up. That is like lightning fast. You know, you could get 220 up speed.
Neither did I.
Mark suggesting Starlink for you, Brian.
Yeah,
Starlink
too
can answer for some, but not.
expensive.
You can do better than Starlink if you're in the right zone. Starlink is for those people that really don't have any other options.
I've
Brian's
got
Dr.
fiber
Bob's
optic
got-
cable.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Dr.
a
Bob's got
fiber
1
optic
terabyte
cable.
up and down.
There you go. See, that's what I'm aiming for. Because the fiber optic cable runs right past my front door within 10 yards of it.
But they won't put it in.
Well, BT won't, because I live out in the country, and it's just one house. You know, they don't care.
Whose fiber optic cable is going by your house then?
It's a BT fiber optic cable or open reach fiber optic.
So why won't they put it into your house?
It goes to the bottom of
Sure.
the pole, Terry, right across the road. There's a telegraph pole 15 yards from my house. So that's to the edge of the road, to the other side of the road, and up the pole. Currently, there is a bundle of fiber optic cable coiled up on that pole,
Well, way to go. Could be
ready
connected.
to be.
Start
Yeah,
digging across the
yeah.
road.
I should nip over and steal it. But that cable is for a company called Fibrous, who are coming to install fiber optic cable sometime in August. Fingers crossed.
Roger Kent's just joined us. Hello, Roger.
Hi, Roger. Welcome along, buddy.
Good afternoon.
Mark says BT doesn't like Brian. He shouts at him, makes him cry.
I may have to
Jennifer
mute
saying
myself
talk,
here because
talk.
I've just all right, okay.
Talk
It's
just
good.
uses BT cables. Then
I do.
they're just a supplier. They don't have their own network.
Right, I'll be back. I'll be back in a
William
second.
Rose
My
says
phone's
he's
ringing
got.
again.
William Rose says he's only got
Internet.
2.7 up. That's probably not good enough, I would think, Pete, was it?
No, not enough. Not for a live. Be all right for uploading videos to YouTube. It should take a little bit longer, but for a live, no. You'll end up with a very pixelated picture.
Yeah, you'd be all right doing videos because that can go up at its own speed, and when it's up, it renders in YouTube, doesn't it? So.
It's 20 to 2, Pete,
22.
and there's 50
Thank
people
you.
watching you.
50 is a good number.
Yeah,
Thanks,
lovely.
everybody.
Thanks for coming over and watching Pete. For those that don't maybe join later, he's making a stem for a gin glass out of a piece of yew.
And a large gin glass it is.
It is a pint gin glass. I believe his wife likes gin.
You said that's a large glass.
Or is it? Well, it may not be, I suppose. I don't know.
Lisa's always told me that was a small one.
Okay. Ruth likes gin. She drinks this pink stuff with lemonade in.
Mm.
And I
I
must
like it
admit,
with
her glass is
lemonade.
pretty big.
Glyn likes gin.
Aston's congratulating you on your Pete on your 600 subs.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah, well
thanks to the
done, mate.
guys on Steve's. I managed to get the last few that tipped me over that 600 mark. Or took me to the 600 mark. That's exactly what I've got at the moment.
Now, Brian
So-
with a Y
Go on.
has just been offered some maple. A friend is cutting down a tree up to about a foot in diameter. Can anyone say what it's like to turn, please? You turned
Maple's lovely
maple,
to turn.
Pete?
There's a couple of different species of maple. They all turn nicely, but some of the species are definitely better than others. And as you're getting this from a friend, then get it because they all turn nice.
Yeah,
Some of them are
all
really
good.
pretty. Look for any joints,
Figuring.
any potential burrs, and you may get lucky and have a nice surprise when you cut into it.
Mark said about maple is lovely to turn, very much like sycamore. Funny enough, Glyn's just said that into my ear as well.
Yeah, I mean it turns like sycamore, but you'll get
Get some good figuring, can you?
things
Inside.
like bird's eye maple, which is really quite amazing.
Right.
And you'll get some really nice grain in some bits.
William's got to go. Bye bye, William. Have a nice day, mate.
Bye for now, William.
Just pushing my speed up a little bit.
Reduced
Not getting the
mobility
finishing
is
saying.
Go on.
Go on, Joe.
No, go on.
Saying is it just him or us that has no sound? Has everybody got sound? Sound's working perfect here.
It is. Nice and clear.
Doug Miller says the sound's fine. So Amy's got good sound. Sorry, must be just you, Ev. It's
Missing
just
the
come
back of
back.
this cut here. I don't know quite what I'm not seeing.
Look at that
Try.
lilac colour. What's in it?
Yeah.
Try put a bit of white paper underneath it. See if I can see better. I'm picking the cut up at the wrong point. Oh, that's better.
Douglas has crossed over his 700 subs. Well done, Douglas. Doug,
Yeah, well done.
Doug Miller. Well done, you boy.
It's all good. Don't knock the gin glass off the table. That would be bad.
That would be a shame.
Right, so the low point of that offset bit I've just cut there is slap in the middle of where I want it to be. That's why I put the tape on there earlier to
Get where you need
mark
to
it up.
be, yeah. It was handy to have markings ready, innit?
Yeah, you've got to have some guide, especially when you're off center like this. You're not seeing exactly what's happening. I actually managed to get the speed up a little bit during that process.
Oh, poor old Benjamin's in a bit of a in a bit of a quandary. He's been waiting 2 weeks for a part to arrive. And he's just discovered he ordered the wrong thread, BSPT instead of BSP. Another 2 weeks then, Ben.
That's poor planning, that then, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that is poor planning. Douglas Munro only needs another 610 to get to 700 subs. For some video, Douglas, get yourself some cameras and get a video up. Get a video camera and put video up on YouTube.
I just need another 9,400 to get 10,000.
Yeah.
Are you going to do something special when you hit 10,000?
No,
Fair enough.
I'm going to do something special at 726.
Yeah, he did something special at 570, didn't he? 72 or something.
No, 57 that was.
57 there. He did a giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to follow traditions in quite the way they're set out.
No, don't blame me.
Don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. Bit of damage
Oh.
here, which I'm going to lose that. I'm making this just smaller because if you see here, I've got a flat, which I
Yeah.
will be cutting
Yeah.
until that's gone. So it'll be made smaller until that's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back again. That was
I feel like
BT.
you're on a
That
piece
was
of
BT
elastic.
ringing me.
BT ring you again, do
I
they?
feel like I'm on a piece of elastic. Yep. So I've just done another
They
speed
say
test,
much.
just for the fun of it, guys. Just yeah, they're doing something else. A senior engineer is coming out on Tuesday,
Right.
whatever that means. So I've
They're
just
going to
done-
connect you up to the fibre optic across the road.
Yeah, you've no chance of that, Terry.
I should just ask for all your money back, Brian.
So I'm going to do. That's the next step, Terry.
You paid in the last 12 months or more back, or 2 years.
I paid £72 a month is what I pay for broadband, and it's ridiculous.
You don't get it.
Less than 20.
Yeah, they got to give it you back.
No, I don't get it.
So they're breaking their contract.
Correct.
No, they're cleverer than that. Contract to be written in such a
they're
way
far
that
clever.
it's
Yeah, it's my
speeds
fault.
up to and guarantees service for unless it's missing for X number of days.
That's exactly right. Pete. You can't even get out of your contract unless it's off for 28 days in a row.
Cheap.
So I've just done a speed test, and I'm getting 6.1 down and 1.4 up.
Jesus.
But they're going to switch on. They're going to switch on full time the little hybrid hub, which actually does through the mobile phone network,
But you haven't got that either, have you?
and leave. Have I? The last time they switched it on, I had it 27 down.
Oh, well, that might
we'll
help
see how
if they
that
leave it
works.
on.
Yeah,
That's
they're going to
just
leave it
using
on this time.
4G.
That's
That's just using 4G mobile
4G, yeah.
service.
It is.
So you're coming off of their cables completely to use that.
That's correct. But the little hub actually puts it back into the main hub and then distributes it to the network, if you like.
Yeah.
But you would think
So
they've done
hopefully
so
it'll
much work on
work
it, they would have found a fault.
Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you? And when I was talking to Mary earlier, she tells me that her broadband is rubbish as well.
Oh, right.
So she's
Now,
a
as you
BT
cut
as
into
well.
this, you get past the eccentric bit, and it cuts quite nicely once you get into the middle.
Yeah, no bouncing.
Because you're obviously not cutting air anymore.
Yep.
You's always nice to turn.
It is.
Roy's the boy is
I
in.
love you.
Good afternoon,
Roy.
Roy.
Hi, Roy the boy.
It's got some lovely colour in it.
Aston says for £72 a month, they should be providing you with a film crew for your lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is BT we're talking about. Yeah, did you say what it's Tuesday, Chris? Yeah, they did. Tuesday the second. Well, come to think of that, it said Tuesday the 2nd. I made an assumption that it was the 2nd of August, so
That could be a
keep
mistake.
my fingers crossed.
Yeah,
It could be a mistake,
could be
right?
the 2nd of November. They
It
didn't say
could
which
be.
month.
I certainly want a full refund for this month because it's been terrible all month.
Once they realise they've got to start giving money back, they'll get on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Roy, Pete is making a
What's your feeling?
gin wood-stemmed goblet out of you. Off-centered, so eccentric.
Good afternoon,
Eccentric
Richard.
turning, yeah.
Hello, Richard.
Richard Phelan. Hi, Richard.
Eccentric goblet for my eccentric wife.
Yeah.
She must be eccentric because she married me.
Well,
She had a choice as
Phyllis
well, you know.
Mannum said.
She didn't have to.
she had a
She said
choice.
she didn't have to. She had a choice. Yeah, she did, right? Yeah, I don't
They all
know if
got a
she's that
choice.
eccentric right enough.
Perhaps she's just like your
Yeah.
motorbike, Pete.
Mm.
Yeah, she probably did actually, but
She's got one of her own now.
she's got her own now. Yeah. Yeah, I moved her out of her lovely city centre flat with great access to public transport. A nice walk along the edge of the harbour to work, to the suburbs. So she had to get a bus into work every day.
To the suburb.
Okay, give me a clue here, guys. I want to go down, I think, on that bit. I don't want to change that cove shape much more.
You don't want to go down too
Uh-huh.
far, do you? Because you're making the stem uneven with the large diameter house. Unless you make the large bit. I'll take it that's where your fingers are going to go underneath you.
Yeah.
Mm.
What I'm thinking at the moment, if I just put this in here,
Mm.
take that down until it looks as though it's about 12 mil or so,
15. Yeah, 12, 15 mil.
and then put the 10 mil
Yeah,
spanner
okay.
on that, and then shape into that.
Right.
Okay.
That's sort of the shape I want. I don't want to go too far
Yeah.
from that. Let's give it a go. This could, of course, go flying off at this stage, but
Well, you know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I think it's the next stage it will fly off when you off-center that bit on your right. It's more likely to go. Do you want to take it down to 10 mil, Pete?
Why are you taking it down to 10 mil?
He wants nice thin pieces in the middle of the off-center bits.
Oh, okay. Does that not? Is that just? Is the
just
disc at the
stepping
top
that
not
in
a bit
1
big
mil
for that
wider
10
than
mil?
the tool, just make sure it doesn't catch and bind on
Yeah.
me, because that could be quite disastrous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Doug Mulder's lost power at his house. Oh dear.
Oh my.
A storm or something, Doug? Still got his phone on though, so that's working.
Now, this is where I probably want a handle on this spanner, because it's going to be quite a long way off the rest.
It is.
No, that's cut nicely. That's fine.
Let's do it.
But it's just about 10 mil perfect, is it not?
Yep, it is.
That's good bit of estimation there, Pete.
Yeah, not bad at that. Usually I can look at the size and
Yeah.
guess it.
You never
And I
guess
can
what I've
blend
been playing
down
with
to
this
that
morning.
without changing my shape too much.
Nice, gentle cuts.
Yeah, no, don't get a catch there. That'll fly.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, probably would. I don't want to do that.
gentle cuts.
Of course, that stem is now actually central to the piece.
Mm.
It is, aye.
So you turn it again.
Where that stem is the center mark, even though it's off center.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the center point of the rotation currently.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
like
you're going to off center it again, or are you going to put it back on center for the next bit?
and go off center the opposite direction.
Opposite direction, right?
But before I can do that, I've got to sand that obviously because I won't be able to get to it again. I'm not going to start at 120. I'm going to start at 180.
Okay.
Brian needs to
Pretty good.
borrow some of your carrier pigeons, Pete, so he can do it live.
I definitely need some carrier pigeons.
Yeah, they're more
Definitely.
reliable than this BT stuff.
It's 2 minutes to 2, Pete.
Blimey, I'm getting slow in my old age.
Well, it happens, Pete, when you get old.
It creeps up on you.
Best take your time and not ruin the piece.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
I'm using a light touch here. For anybody that's not used to working with you, if you get it too hot, it cracks. So a light touch and just give it a time. You know, if your fingers are starting to get warm, you're getting too hot. So pay a bit of attention to your sanding technique on you.
Wood turnings by Barry is in.
Hi,
Hi,
Barry.
Barry.
Good afternoon, Barry. How are you doing?
Hi, Barry. Welcome along, buddy.
So this is the 240 now. See, normally we rush the sanding because we know it's boring to watch. But unfortunately, when you're doing off center, you've got to
You
do
can't rush it.
sanding
Yeah.
at each stage because you'll never get back to it.
Yep,
Good, Barry.
absolutely.
Scissors
Amy
not
has
too
a good
bad.
suggestion for my broadband.
Mm.
What's that?
Amy reckons I should get Morris to get some of his mouse and hamster friends to get the little wheels and power the internet.
Ah, that'll work.
Pedal.
Well, he's
Maybe
got
I
an
should
extended
build
family,
it.
hasn't he, Maurice? There's loads of them.
Oh, he has that. Oh, he's got loads of eyes. He's got a huge family. Or maybe I should just make a big treadmill and put a horse on it.
That's the other one.
Oh, now that might be better.
Big generator vertically, standing vertigo, and then the horse can walk round the
Yeah,
field.
exactly. You can just wander around in circles. I've got 6 of them. I could even do them in shifts, couldn't I?
Okay.
4 hours each.
Yeah, it would give them some exercise too, wouldn't it? It would be good. That's maybe
Would.
not a bad idea, you know.
Good
Yeah,
for 'em.
Buy one of
The only
them
problem
horse
is,
walkers.
Brian, is there's no actual alternative to BT where you are, is there? That's the
Nope.
thing.
Absolutely none. Well, you can. You could go to Talk Talk, but it's the same wire. What's the point?
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, I can get my finger in there without my finger coming off, so I will
Oh,
wax that.
new text from BT. Hello, it's BT here. To make sure you stay connected, you got to be connected to stay connected. It's the first time. We've posted you a mini hub with unlimited data. Well,
Gotta
I've
work.
already
Gee,
got.
thanks. Just
I've,
fix the damn system so that it works.
I've already got a mini hub. It's sitting in my office. I've already got it. Just switch
Yeah,
Yeah,
it on.
that's a different code number though.
The hybrid hub. Why they're not just using that? So now I have to wait 2 days for a mini hub to get here.
It's just
Ah,
stolen.
See, that's two more days that they haven't got to worry about you.
Yeah.
So they just got rid of you. Got rid of the complaint for 2 days.
No, that's not going to work, Pete. I've got to tell you.
Ring them and tell them to put the hub on now. Switch the one on that's there.
Yeah, that's what the guy said he was doing. He said he was just going to switch on the hybrid hub and let it run.
Yeah, what he's done is he switched on the hybrid hub, and when he's turned it on, it's supposed to connect to EE,
Mm.
and they found out that
Doesn't.
it doesn't connect to EE because you don't have any signal in your area.
Because I live out in the country and it don't bloody work.
So therefore, he said, "Oh, he obviously hasn't got any system." So they said, "Oh, well, I'll send him another one."
Yeah, we'll see does that work.
See what we can do in the meantime. Just give us another 2 days of buffering.
Todd from Glen Cope says, doesn't BT stand for big trouble? Yeah, just at the minute it does, yeah.
More than that, actually. Stephen, the wood dude's in. Hi, Stephen.
Hi,
Hello,
Stephen.
afternoon, Stephen.
Stephen. I haven't seen a picture of Stephen in 2 days. What's wrong, Stephen? You all right?
Perhaps his internet's not working. He's got BT. Might BT internet's fine. Though.
Did that nice pierced one the other day. That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
He did, yeah. Wasn't 100% sure of the colour, like, but it was nice.
Yeah.
Not that I'm in any position to complain about Stephen's work because it's far, far better than mine.
No, but you can't criticise it, even if you can't complain about it.
No, I
You can
wouldn't
still
criticise.
Critique it.
Critique is a better
Um,
word. I wouldn't criticise.
No, Stephen's here. We can criticise it.
All right, that's okay then.
He's one of us. You know, we're allowed to take the piss out of him.
That's always a good plan.
If he's here, he's accepting it. Simple.
Just by turning up gives us permission.
That's it.
That's the one.
Yeah, it's like on a software. If you open this packet, you've accepted our terms and
You
conditions.
accept the
Whatever they
terms and
are.
conditions. Yeah.
Terms and conditions are inside the packet.
Gosh, but
And 2 weeks later, we'll change them again. Okay, so that's that waxed. So,
Stephen's working on a few pieces for the weekender.
Ah,
And it's okay to take the mic because he's almost grown up now.
he's almost grown up. Almost.
A bit like the rest of us then, Stephen.
Almost grown up. It's not as well. I'm not grown up at all, so I don't really worry.
Me neither. I'm trying to avoid it like the plague. This grown up thing's not good.
No. 3 7-year-old granddaughters. I mean, I'm never going to grow up.
Not now, Terry. It's too late.
Too late for me.
Save yourselves, boys. It's too late for me. Save yourselves.
I have a 6-year-old granddaughter who's possibly watching, or she's possibly in the paddling pool by now.
I have a 14-year-old granddaughter. She's
Well, I've got a
sorry,
15-year-old as well and a
She's maybe
13-year-old.
she's maybe 13 actually.
I also have a 14-year-old granddaughter.
15, a 13, and 3 7-year-olds.
Has she went funny yet, Pete? You know what happens to them at 14? They kind of go funny, you know.
She has changed a little bit from a child to a girl.
Oh no!
Which is a
Oh,
worry.
that's the first step. Oh no!
But she's still mostly child. little bit,
That's all.
little bit
That's
gear,
right.
girly
That's
now,
not
but
Chris,
not too bad.
Chris from Bailey Woodworks has just
bad.
popped in. Hello, Chris.
Right,
Hi,
Chris.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Where's Joe? I haven't heard from Joe. Is he still there? Are you still there, Joe?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Can't get a word in edgeways, that's why.
Oh, well, open your mouth. It works.
The wood dude
Right,
says,
now,
my car's 12 years old. Does that count?
I'm lining up the high point on this
Mhm.
with the pen mark I made earlier, which gives me a low point down here. That's good, yeah. And we'll basically do the same.
Andy
I
H
should have
is
turned the
having to
lathe
go.
down and back up again then, sorry.
Sorry.
Bye, Andy.
Bye, Andy. Bye, mate.
Catch
See you
you later,
Tuesday.
mate. See you on Tuesday, is right.
No singing from me today, Roy.
He's not using grit today. Still
We did
sing,
try.
Joe.
We
Not to.
did try to talk
You
Pete
still
into
sing, Joe.
putting my little bowl on where we could grit it, but I've been playing with embellishing wax today, guys.
Oh,
I could have used grit on this, but there will be at least 4 sections of sanding, so Joe's
Yeah.
voice would be worn out.
our brains were, our ears would be worn out.
Watch it, Bray.
Hey.
Watch it, Bray. Watch it, Bray. None of your nonsense, Bray.
It's cutting nice, Pete.
Yes. I love cutting you.
Yeah, I do.
Now I'm
Noise.
on the second one, I've kind of got a better idea of how aggressive I can go. I've got a better idea on what size it's going to be when I get to where I want to be,
Okay.
which is just a bit smaller than that. But as you can see, I've
Still
you
got a
see?
flat on you.
still got a flat there, so it's not small enough yet. But I've got to that a lot quicker because I didn't have to keep stopping and checking.
Douglas has got a problem, guys. He's run out
What's
of
that?
cotton wool. He's run out of cotton wool for his ears. So he's
Well,
kind of
not singing today, so it doesn't matter, does it?
he's kind of glad that Joe's not singing today. Stephen says, thank heavens, there's no grit involved. As all the neighbours' dogs have lost their voices.
Oops.
Right, Stephen.
It's an anticipation.
Some of these people are not very nice to you in the chat, Joe.
No.
Oh,
Understandable,
I'm not
but you know.
bothered. I'm not bothered.
Bothered.
I can handle it.
Yeah, my flat's gone, so I'm good there. I just need to get it down into the shape.
Right, I have a question for those in the chat. Those wonderful, that hive of knowledge that's out there. My face shield has currently got what looks like monkeypox,
What make a fake shield is it?
but it's not got monkeypox. It's got sanding sealer splatter. What make of shields? I have no idea. How am I supposed to know that?
Did you not cover it with one of those face shield guards that
Well,
stops
you
that?
mean
And
you
can
mean a
just peel them
you
off?
mean a tear off strip like the racing drivers
Yeah.
use? No,
Yeah. Oh, well,
I
I do
did
on
not.
mine.
Ew. Well, I didn't have any. I got this second hand from Mr. Mark, but it doesn't actually have a name on it.
BK Carpenter's showing us. Hello, BK.
So the question is, does anybody
Good
know how to
afternoon.
remove sanding sealer from a Perspex shield?
Yeah. 40 grit.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. And don't think about using cellulose sealer because I did a little
Melt
test
it.
patch right in the corner, and it just
Melt
makes it go milky white.
Yeah. I'll melt the Perspex.
Acetone.
Um,
Acetone, says Amy.
Acetone seems to be the one, but try
But
it
that
on
might
a
be.
try in a bottom corner somewhere where you don't need to look through it first. Make sure it doesn't make it go cloudy. Some plastics go cloudy when they come in contact with acetone.
Well, that's what
So
happened with the cellulose thinners.
yeah,
Or try a spot that's not if you got cellulose in a corner somewhere, and just put a really sharp knife under it, and or a sharp blade, Stanley blade or something. Just see it'll
Tried that,
actually
Terry.
flick off.
No,
Oh,
scratches
shit.
it
It
like a
won't.
mad thing. What?
It won't come off.
oops!
What
I
happened
swore
there?
on it. I broke it.
Oh, you did not.
Still got the flat.
Oh, Pete. Nah, you
Okay, this
just
is
took a
going to
wee
be
edge off it. This might be interesting.
yeah.
Well, you're
Bring it
just going
back
to reduce the
eccentric
size of that
again.
bit.
I know I swore on Lunchtime YouTube, but I think it was worth swearing for that one.
Was indeed,
Yeah.
Pete. It wasn't a bad swear word.
I was about to say,
It was an alternative for poop.
if you
Oh, yeah, what's happened there?
if you've got a Uvex or one of the more common ones, you can actually buy a new screen for it.
Oh,
So you be a
I
little
can buy a new screen. The screen just pops out.
yeah.
Just be tight to buy it. Andy Wyvern says it's isopropyl alcohol.
I'm not too tight to buy a new one. There I
If you are,
stop besmirching my
you
reputation.
are tight as a crab's backside.
As tight as a what's
Watertight.
backside?
Crab's backside.
Crab.
Watertight.
Okay. Well, I've got the thing out, but I don't. Oh, there's a part number on it. That's all right.
Probably only about £5 to buy one.
Ah, probably even less. Probably buy half a dozen for that. Right, I'll have to do a bit of research on the old interweb then.
Yeah, that's your answer. But next some nail varnish remover first.
Where am I going to find that?
Try it on a corner.
Well, the
Well,
stuff you use the weekends, Brian, that nail varnish remover,
yeah, use your
I
weekend stuff.
I don't use nail varnish.
Well,
But,
surely Michelle does.
No, she does not. Shell never paints her nails at all, ever. Never. Shell
But
is
this month,
the
I reckon you're miserable, Brian.
Douglas Monk could well be right. See what I did there? I just took
Good
the sting out of that by agreeing.
You're still right then.
It could be.
there is I know this because with my makeup days. There is a non-solvent based nail varnish remover.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is or how it works.
Let me just type this number in here. See can
If
I
you get
find it.
yourself down the boots, you'll find it there. I have no idea what it's called.
Well, I'll have to go out this afternoon anyway.
Well, the ladies will help you anyway.
I know my daughter used to use it, and I used it on my
see can I type
helmet
in this.
visor, and it was fine.
I think the cheapest option is buy a new screen.
So if Sophie's still in the chat, Sophie, ask your mummy what she used to use to take the nail varnish off with. One that didn't smell bad.
Douglas Munger thinks would Yorkshire Grit microfine work?
I don't know. Oh, it's a Honeywell Bionic Shield. That's what it is, guys. It's a Honeywell.
Well, you'll get spares for that.
I'm just looking now. Because I just typed in the number that's on the top of it and it comes up. Clear PVC lens, Honeywell Bionic. Oh, that's in ZA. Where's ZA? .co.za.
.za. Zambia.
No idea. Beats the computer expert, he'll know.
What location is .za, Pete?
I don't know.
I'd have to Google that now, do
Somewhere strange.
Right, Honeywell Bionic Face Shield. That's what it's called. Let's see, can I find a British supplier for that? Probably.
I suppose the correct answer to getting that really is to not to get sanding sealer on your face shield.
That's ideally the answer, yeah. But I've also got a feeling there's like super glue on it as well. So
Too small. Bigger one.
Benjamin says, sorry. Benjamin
What-
says you should use the polycarbonate replacement, about £20, not the cheap £10 one.
oh, okay.
Douglas Mungan says it's
Slightly,
Arizona.
Yeah, don't like that.
AZ's Arizona. Okay.
Yeah, but as a internet name, normally our countries.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, .za, .au, .uk.
Yeah.
And,
Right, let me just type in Honeywell Bionic Face Shield. Let's just do that. Let's type in that.
Steve Fleming has just joined us. Hello, Steve.
Right, Steve,
Good
welcome
afternoon,
along, buddy.
Steve.
Copy that.
Pete's making an off-center goblet stem. This goblet is actually a gin glass stem out of EU.
Okay, sorry guys, back to sanding.
Oh,
Right.
no, not more sanding.
Yeah.
It could be worse. You could have me singing.
Only joking, Pete. Only joking.
You said that correctly, Joe.
It could be worse, yeah.
It could be worse. Joe could be singing.
I'm going to
Please.
use the 120 on this because of that
Go.
silly
Roy's
lack
going to
of
have to leave. He's got to go back and repair
concentration.
mowers. Bye, Roy. Thanks for
Bye,
coming
Roy.
in, mate.
Bye, Roy.
Busy time for Roy
Appreciate it. Yeah.
this summer. Cromwell.u.co.uk. Cromwell? We know who Cromwell are?
Never.
Nope.
Right, let's have a look.
You see, I don't wear nail
ZA
varnish.
is South Africa.
Is it?
Says
There you go.
Todd.
Okay.
Thank you, Todd.
And these,
Yeah, you don't want to buy it from there. Shipping would be silly.
these bionic things are only, they're not that, these are only 34 quid to buy.
Well, that's yeah. You don't think Mark would give you anything valuable, do you?
Oh, that's true, of course. Right.
Now, Brian with a Y has a question for Pete.
Well,
Is
Yeah.
that a
that's it.
standard off the bench spanner, or have you sharpened to top
I
edge?
sharpened the spanner.
You did.
Don't think you'll see it.
Bionic visor for use with face shields.
I've literally just touched that edge
Oh yeah, we got it. I can see
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
and just sharpened that.
Oh,
That's
Excellent.
all I've done. Standard spanner. Just touch that edge on the sanding belt and it's sharp. And
Cuts his way in.
the beauty of it is, I mean, I use it when I'm making things that need tenons on them. So all my tenons are the right size for my drill bit. So I actually have a
Right.
6mm and a 10mm that I use all the time for various things.
Nice little tip to do that. Sharpen the bottom so it's actually
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
a cut.
just get somewhere close and then just use them to finish off. And you'll get the right size. But in this instance, visually, if I'd got these different sizes, then it would look wrong. So visually, they're all the same size. So it all, in theory, if I hadn't tried to talk and think whilst trying to cut, which I'm a man, I can only do one thing at a time,
It's true.
and not got a catch, then this would all be in balance now, but it's not now.
I think it looks
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
I think it looks fine.
Looks lovely. Different.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just different. It's fine.
Polycarbonate, is it polycarbonate I want, or I don't know, I'm confused now.
That's what Ben says. Ben says you should buy a polycarbonate one, not the cheap one. So it's about £20 for impact resistant polycarbonate and £10 for the cheap one.
At the end of the day, the hat part doesn't do any good at all
No,
because
No,
it's the
the wood
face you
doesn't
wanna
come from that
protect.
direction usually.
usually not.
It's a bit in
You
front of
could
your face
invest in
that
a new one.
matters.
Well, this is just a face shield. It's not a full hat thing. It's just a face shield or a visor kind of
Yeah.
face shield thing.
Yeah, I mean the strap on your head, that's
Mm.
just to hold it in place.
Yeah.
The idea is the impact is going to come at the front, so therefore you want that bit to be the strong bit.
So it says £10.49 here.
Benjamin says, Brian, if you're looking to get a new visor, you have a look at the Honeywell Turbo Shield. It doesn't have the black border and is curved. It's really nice.
Honeywell Turbo Shield. Dear.
Now, Doug, Paul, and Malcolm are all saying polycarbonate is impact resistant. They're all
Yeah,
saying
it
the
is.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Honeywell Turbo
And
Shield.
Woodturnings by Barry says, just looking at a new lathe, the Axminster
right.
508 or the Stratus.
508.
Yeah,
They
I would say
are
the
very
508.
much the same sort of
They are the
lathe.
Yep.
similar.
But if you're going to spend that sort of money, don't do it online. Go stick your hands on it.
Yep.
Yeah, go and play with them.
Even if you've got trouble in a country, you know, you got it's a large amount of money.
Yes. I bought mine because and Mark has one and Terry has one, and so I understand how good they are. That's
Yeah,
why I
they're
bought
really
mine.
nice.
Yeah, if you've got someone to help you.
Somebody who I
And
could
also,
rely
when
on
you're
to
spending
give me
that sort
good.
of money, you should get good help from the shop.
You should.
Should.
Because they're
Yeah.
taking the money off you. They should find you an half hour of assistant time to sit there and fire the lathe up with you.
Oh, that's quite a nice looking shield, I have to say, Ben. There's
Which one's
no
that?
the turbo shield.
Oh yeah, that is quite a nice looking one.
Doesn't have the black frame around the outside of it.
No, but it does have a frame of some sort to keep the strength in, as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it has it's like it has a beaded edge, if you like.
Yeah.
Like they
These
do
are
in
cheaper
tin,
ones that
yeah.
they sell, that just like just a bit of plastic around the edge. You get when you're on sort of demos or whatever.
Mm.
They always just feel a bit too flimsy for my liking.
Ooh, you can rub it
Todd
with that.
is saying, make sure it meets the impact resistance standards for your country. So
I
that's
should
another
make
thing
sure
to
it.
look at.
I would make sure it reaches the impact standard for your face, not the country.
Yeah.
The bit of wood that's coming at you when it impacts resistance, no matter which
but it's all
country you're
about
in.
quality, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's polycarbonate, so.
Well, you should get a salesman to put it on and hit him in the face with a hammer and see if it works or not.
Just whack it with a bit of tooling for it. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Come at you with a baseball bat, see what that works. Oh, that's right.
Coming at 300 miles an hour and see how it. Oh dear. Oh, that's on Amazon. 27 quid on Amazon.
Amazon will bring it to your door.
That says Honeywell Turbo Shield headgear without visor. What good's that?
You got to buy the visor separate because they do chemical resistant ones and impact resistant ones.
Do. It's not good.
Well, you need the chemical resistant one, Brian, don't you?
Yeah,
You
I do
keep filling
indeed.
up with
I do.
sand sealer.
You're funny.
Stephen the Wood Dude says the turbo shield makes your lathe go faster.
That's what you told me about the SK114, and you told me the grass would be greener.
It's true.
You told me a whole lot of rubbish.
Yeah, you believe him.
Not believing any of it.
Yeah, I was going to use the record power before I decided that my eyes weren't good enough and my finish on the finials was rubbish. I was going to use the record power SC2 with the zero clearance jaws.
Oh yes, the little dome. The zero clearance jaws that are not zero clearance.
Yeah, 4mm clearance, but
Yeah, exactly.
I cut about a 3/4 of 12mm shaft. Of course, it's just parallel inside those doors, isn't it, with a tooth on the end.
It is, yep.
So I cut a 12mm shaft. Plenty long enough, I thought, to get plenty of grip on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the tool on the base of the, what I call a flame, the very top bit, the pointy bit on the end. So obviously a very, very light touch. Just touch that base.
Mm-hmm.
Something felt a bit odd. And I looked at the
Mm.
chuck and it was pulling out of the chuck.
Oh.
Mm.
I was not impressed with that, really.
Well, there's nothing on the zero clearance. There's nothing to grip with. There's just
There's nothing to grip with, but you know, I would have expected a bit better than that. Okay, so
well,
back to adjusting
Looking good.
again. Brian, where did you put my Allen key?
I don't know it's behind you, Pete.
It was behind me.
Sure, just buy another. I knew.
Just buy a new shield, Brian. Buy
know.
some shield protectors as well to wrap around it, like the ones on the APR F10 or whatever it is from
Brian?
Axminster.
What?
When you've got a new shield, mate,
Yes, mate.
don't turn your lever on until the solvent's dried. Eh?
That's a
Drive,
good.
yeah.
That's a good plan. I need to make a notice for that.
You do.
Oh dear! Stop it. Well, the Honeywell ones are not that expensive.
They are if you room one a week.
Well, that's true too. Of course, yeah.
Right, so now we should be back on centre.
Cool. Yeah, look at that. Lovely job.
And we are.
Yay! Cool.
I like that, Chuck. I like that. I'll send
Fabulous.
to Chuck.
I'm
I'll get one of those.
I'm liking that too. I'm thinking that has to go on the old shopping list.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I might have a go at that.
Axminster
Wesley
again.
Hannah's in.
Hi,
Good
Wesley.
afternoon, Wesley.
Hey, Wesley,
Welcome along, buddy.
on board.
There's not much left to do on this now. We're nearly there.
Mhm.
Just softening that edge a bit.
And fill it with gin. The glass on the top, glue it in and fill it with gin.
Correct.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Roger Kent's suggesting you should use your power cap, Brian. Have you got the
Power cap.
have you got the covers for the power cap? I've got the covers for the power cap.
Yeah, no,
So you can peel them off.
I might
put
buy
new ones
some.
on.
Actually. Yeah,
They're not
I
very
should buy some of
expensive. Get a packet of 10s are about £20, I think.
Uh-oh. So I've just done a speed test again. I've just done a speed test, boys. Wait
Yeah.
to hear this.
Two.
27.32 megabits down. 5.35 up.
5.2 up. That's pretty good.
5.35 up. Now, if that's through the hybrid hub, which I
Is
suspect
it?
it
They
is.
switched it on, have they?
I think they've switched that on.
There you go.
Let me just do that little speed test I did earlier now from fast.com. Check it through that. And maybe we'll do a live tomorrow.
So they'll come to fix it tomorrow.
No, they're not
Andy
coming
is
to
back.
do it tomorrow.
Andy's home now. Hello, Andy. Back again.
Hold on, it's not so good. Now, see, that's a different speed test. I've done with a different place to speed test, and it's saying 16.
Well, 16 is better than 3.
Yeah.
Whatever you had.
It's currently, that's 16 megabits down,
Hmm.
and it took 8 milliseconds to upload the package that they sent. and it's currently 5.3 up, which will be fine.
So I've just undercut this base just so I can sand it. I don't mind sanding the middle bit off afterwards, but it's nice to get this base done
Yeah,
whilst
get
it's
the
still
edge,
running on the lathe.
get the edge bit done.
Yeah. That's the bit that's going to be standing on the table in. We don't want the gin getting spilt, do we?
Oh no, definitely.
don't.
It definitely can't be wobbly. That'll not do. So rather than mess about and try and repair this face here, I think I'll just buy a new one.
Okay.
Because there is a few little scratches and stuff in it anyway. So I've discovered that the sanding sealer actually comes off if you run your fingernail over it, but you're at the same time you're leaving lots of little scratches on it.
Yeah, and wire brush on a drill will take that off pretty quick.
Well, I make it nice and fuzzy too. Mind you, the state of my eyes is probably alright.
Yeah, can only improve what my vision is doing these days.
Can't make
Must
it
get
much
to see
worse.
that eye doctor person.
Yeah. An up to something.
Yeah. Right, you've stuck with me this far. I am gonna
We were sticking with you to the end now.
put some sanding sealer and a bit of wax polish on this rim.
Hang that up. And we'll order a new one.
Mind you, I think I
So-
might have damaged my glasses because my wife borrowed them the other day. Said they're so dirty I can't see anything through them. I tried to clean them, and it's actually the glass that's or the
Oh.
coating that was on the glass that's gone. But they are usually covered in so much dust I can't see through them either. So.
Todd's just asking, have you actually tried hot soapy water, Brian?
No.
That's a good
No, you
point,
wouldn't-
actually.
You wouldn't
Should
think
we
of that.
start with hot soapy water, really?
I don't think the hot soapy water's going. It might get rid of the sanding sealer, but I don't think it'll get rid of the super glue. Though.
Oh, you got super glue on there as
super
well.
glue. Yeah,
Well,
super glue doesn't like hot soapy water.
It would appear there is, Terry.
Yeah, hot
Crazy.
soapy water will definitely eat super glue away.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. Stop
But
lying.
if you stick your fingers together accidentally
Mm-hmm.
with super glue, and then you go and wash your hands in hot soapy water, your fingers will come
Yes.
apart again without taking the skin off.
Right.
I know
Okay.
this.
So I've got.
I know this because I've stuck my fingers together.
Who's a
You
super
did.
glue? Yeah.
Yeah, you did not, Pete. I say you didn't, Pete. I mean,
Tell me
And
that
now,
you
of course, Brian is now going to go and try it to see if his fingers do stick.
It works.
yeah, I know my fingers stick together because I've done it lots.
No,
The
but
trick
we're gonna
with
see if it-
super glue is to never glue yourself to anything you can't carry.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Once
Absolutely.
you
If
can
you
carry
can't
it to
carry
the
it,
tap
don't
and
use
put some hot
super
water
glue.
on it, it comes off.
Doug Miller is actually agreeing. Yes, it does. It works.
Oh,
So try it, Brian.
I'll
Hot
do it
soapy
now.
water on the visor.
You've got nothing to
I'm doing it
lose,
now.
have you?
I'm just boiling the
And that
kettle
doesn't
as we
mean
speak.
that doesn't mean boiling water because that might scald your fingers.
No, I'm
but
boiling
you
the
can warm
kettle
it up.
and then I'll put it in.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm making a cup of tea, I suppose I could easily just use the water from the kettle. Now, I have a slight issue because I'm in the shed. And there might be no soap in the shed.
Oh, heck.
Where am I going to find
How
soap?
do you wash your cup?
Wash, cup, in the same sentence.
Ah,
You don't think he washes
okay.
his cup? do you, Joe?
Not so sure about that.
Fair enough.
It's only
Think
cups. His cup's only about 2 inches diameter inside. It's 4 inches on the outside. He's never washed it.
I guess I rinse out with warm water every now and again just to keep me from the bugs, I suppose. But washed? Yeah. Not so sure that's a good idea.
Okay.
Mind that don't fly now, Pete. Be careful because there's off sender in it.
nice cup of tea, a little bit of warm water there, just sitting to cool down a little bit, and I'll make some soapy water.
Soapy water.
Well,
Yeah,
I need
look at
soap
that, lovely.
and soap. That's what I need. You know what I need in my workshop? A sink.
You do?
Oh,
I thought you would have had one of those, Brian. So you can wash the floor after you suck the shavings up as well.
Oh,
Misha
no, I
said
don't.
you need a sink, a toilet, and a bed.
In a bed, yeah.
Then she can just lock you in there and forget about you.
She did say that actually.
It's all right.
Why
Lisa
don't,
said the same
why
about
don't
me.
you just take your bed out there? Was the message.
oh dear.
Kirsten says, just make sure you have one finger to signal Pete.
Or Douglas among them says, try hot tea. That might work.
Now, I'm not so sure hot tea will work. I'm just grasping at straws now.
Oh, look at that, look.
That's no good.
Down a bit with the camera.
Oh, Pete.
That's better.
Oh,
That's quite
something
good. I
different.
like that.
Tell you what, let's get the chuck off. I can move it back into camera better.
Yeah, that'll be better. Wesley Hannah says, don't wash your cup too often. It removes the flavour crystals.
It does.
I agree, Wesley.
You have to
Absolutely,
chisel
100%.
chisel off the debris when it's dried in.
It's when the
Then you
little
know
bit
your
starts
coffee's
chipping
making
off the
tea.
bottom. Oh, that's roasting. I can't drink. That's too hot.
Oh,
There we are.
There we go.
It's a bottom
That's
nub
really
sanded
nice.
off and it's glued in. That'd be lovely. I
It's,
don't beat. Novel idea.
fits in between your fingers.
Yeah, lovely.
Very nice indeed.
There's the camera.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's quite nice actually.
You could do that with a brandy glass as well, really, because you could then swirl
Yeah.
the brandy around the glass, can you?
You could.
What you going to stick the glass in with? Just epoxy?
I used two-part epoxy. I
Okay.
do have a glass to wood glue here, which is stays flexible. I might use that, but that again, it's a two-part epoxy. It just doesn't set solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
But,
right. That's the stuff Emma uses.
Yeah.
For her
Yeah,
glass
that's
alternate
exactly what
things.
it is because that's where I got it from.
That's
All
But
great.
No,
that's it. Bring the guys back.
very good, Pete.
Excellent, Pete.
Thanks for sticking with me and watching that.
Excellent.
Something a bit different. It says it's the Axminster eccentric chuck. Sorby do one as well, which I have used in the past and works very well. The Sorby one's got like a woodworm screw on the end of it, but you can also take that off and just use it as a faceplate.
Right.
But before you go, just going to strip this down a minute. Let's get that out of the way. Anybody that's still interested, taking something out of the chuck when the chuck's wobbling around on the back lead blade isn't so easy. So you'll see there's, let's go back to full screen. There's an Allen screw there.
Yeah.
Take that all the way out. And this center section comes away. There's a pin there. And there's slots all the way around here. So you can,
We
as
can
well
fit
as
it wherever you
move
want.
the outside ring,
See.
you can also move the inside ring.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
So you can get an offset.
On and offset.
Get an offset on an offset.
Yeah.
This is an interesting piece of kit.
Now, when you're doing spindle work, obviously you're screwing into end grain.
True.
So I've used long screws and just allowed a bit of extra timber so that
Yep. What are
I
they?
can
Pete?
part it
40,
off and get rid of it.
you use 40mm screws there, have you?
These are 40mm screws, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just allowed myself a bit of extra screw thread to hold that onto the end grain, and that's how that thing works.
Right.
Excellent.
Woodwork
Excellent,
learner's
mate.
just come in. He got back from the hospital just in time to see the near finished piece. All right, Andy.
Cool.
You good, Andy?
Your
Thanks for popping in.
Got
sort of
some
visit
nice
was good,
comments
Andy?
coming in. Real job, very nice piece. Great
Nice
there,
comments.
Pete. Very nice.
It's,
Nice demonstration of the chuck as well. I'll send to
Yeah.
Chuck.
I said I've had it a long time. It's the first time I've used it. Well, last night was the first time I used it. I'll show you the practice piece. That's what I turned last
yeah.
night.
There you go. Nice.
Which didn't have a neat base on it because I wasn't actually sort of thinking straight when I did that bit. And I was going to do the base offset as well, but I then thought the liquid's got to sit straight down on something, hasn't it? So the base needs to be back on centre.
Well, that's if any liquid stays in there very long.
Well, it doesn't stay in there for long because apparently gin
You know.
really evaporates quickly.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
Whole pint of it.
I
Whole
heard
pint
that
of it.
rumor as well, yeah.
Yeah, gin evaporates really quickly. Same as Bailey's and various other drinks. They evaporate really quickly as well.
I'm sure you're mixing swallowing with evaporation, I think.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm told, you know.
I think you're confused.
But yeah, it's a nice little chuck. As I said, Sorby've got one which I believe fits into 50mm dovetail jaw. And that one's got a worm screw on it and a faceplate. So you can put screws through it or use the worm screw. The same
Good.
basic principle. You just allow a little bit extra on your spindle, which you can take off at the end of it. And
Saves the risk of it coming off or getting loose. Doesn't it?
yeah, it
Uh-oh.
gives you a decent fastening.
Uh-oh. Stephen thinks he's going to buy one of these wobbly chuck things.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah,
Look out for some fancy work coming next time.
it's fun. It quite quickly gives you some very different cuts. I mean, take the glass out there because it's not glued in.
Yeah, don't be dropping it now.
I'm liking.
It's very nice, yeah.
That's good then.
You've got that grain pattern down through the steps there.
We have, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
And yeah,
very nice, Pete. Good job, man. Well done.
it's
Excellent.
Did you know you've got 600 subscribers, Pete?
I got 600 subscribers.
Yeah,
Did you know
well
that?
done.
Thank
Isn't
you,
that
everybody.
brilliant?
Every single one of them, much appreciated.
Everybody stand by for the 729th giveaway.
723rd, Terry. What are you on about?
23rd, sorry.
You've got to
I
keep
thought
it
you said
additional.
726.
I can't add up. I can't count very well.
Just before all you guys disappear, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, like I'm about to do now.
Yeah. Oh, you're waited all this
done
time,
it.
Brian. Till reg.
Brian, you're on start. You're supposed to click the thumbs up straight away.
Yeah, I forgot.
I'll let
Well,
you
you
on.
have been running in and out all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been busy with
On the phone
your
all the
internet.
time, you know.
Confused.com.
Actually, your picture's quite good now, Brian. So
Yeah,
Well, we
Yeah,
got
it is.
Wayne on
signal
tonight,
now.
obviously. Are you on tomorrow? Well, you don't know until you get your internet sorted, do you?
I think I might risk it tomorrow.
Might give it a go.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
Cool. So we've got Wayne tonight, Brian tomorrow, maybe. Although my internet was under threat today, but it didn't cut. So
yeah. We got
is it
Andy
back-
next Tuesday. Don't forget, people. Next Tuesday, Andy's
Next
coming
Tuesday,
back.
Andy's
Yeah.
back on.
Yeah.
Nice to see him back.
Wayne will be Friday lunchtime, and I think it's Battle of the Makers on Friday evening, isn't it?
It most
Battle of the
certainly
Makers
It
is.
is Battle of
Friday is-
Makers Friday evening.
Yay.
See you all there.
So see you for the mayhem.
I'm looking forward
Thanks
to
for
it.
coming in, everybody. Cheers for now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Appreciate you watching. Bye for now.